Hello, I'm Suzanne Henwood from mBraining for Success. I'm an mBIT coach and master coach, and I'm an mBIT trainer and master trainer. And mBIT has literally changed the way I do my life. And that sounds quite dramatic, and it might seem to imply that everything is sorted. And the reality is we're human becomings. We are ongoing in our development. One of the things I and many people have a blockage about, a difficulty with, is forgiving. I think there's a false perception that forgiving is in some way condoning the behavior of another person or allowing them to get away with it. That even some people think that forgiveness is for the other person. But we know at a head level that forgiveness is an unhelpful, unresourceful feeling and state, and research shows it has all sorts of problems, health problems, heart problems, happiness problems. And so really forgiving someone else is for yourself. And often the person we need to forgive is ourselves. So I wanted to share with you today a beautiful tool that I use, and I use over and over, because forgiveness is not a one-time magic button. It's something that we come back to. It's a choice, a decision, and a process that we go through time and time again. And it just felt appropriate at the moment to share with you a tool that, if it's useful for you, that you can work through yourself. And obviously, if you need a bit of support, then myself or any other mBIT coach could help you through that. But I hope today to be able to give you and leave you with a self-help tool for forgiveness that for many of you will be more than enough to forgive, to let go, to move on, and to gift yourself health, happiness, and joy back again. So this tool comes from the book mBraining, Using Your Multiple Brains to Do Cool Stuff, by Grant Suzulu and Marvin Oka. And chapter 8 is full of useful techniques, and each of the techniques has a little bit of theory up front. So let me just read you some of the theory from the book before I share a moderated form of that tool with you. I've adapted it and made it my own, but it comes fundamentally directly from this book. So the forgiveness section, which starts on page 288, starts with a quote from Wayne Dyer. "Forgiveness is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. If you can't learn to forgive, you can forget about achieving true success in your life." Easy to hear that and let it flow past you. But you might want to just focus on that for a moment. Maybe even pause this video and just focus again on those words. Forgiveness is the most powerful thing, not one of, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. Are you worth it? Will you do it? Do you love yourself enough? If you can't learn to forgive, you can forget about achieving true success in your life. It will hold you back. It will fester. So this tool that I'm going to share with you is all about opening up the opportunity for you to access your power for you and to achieve success in your life. The book starts by saying forgiveness is a powerful emotion. Now, we know in mBraining that emotions are held at heart level, so that's where we're going to start the tool. But true forgiveness, whole forgiveness, is a whole body experience. It's not just from the head and it's not just from the heart. And I think that's why some of us get stuck. We think, head brain, that we have done the process. We think about forgiving and the importance of it, and we may know the evidence of it. At a heart level, we may feel the hurt, the betrayal, whatever it is, and we may feel we want to forgive, all beautiful heart-based functions, and yet something stops us. Now, it might be that what's stopping us is that it's not a head, heart, and gut and whole body experience. And so this tool takes you around the whole body and really does give you the opportunity to forgive as a choice and let go of whatever it is that's causing you any distress. Other bits that I've highlighted, people who focus on anger, injustice, and who feel they've been treated unfairly suffer a higher risk of heart disease. Some of you will know that I have recently been diagnosed with a cardiac condition. And I know it's because I was holding anger and injustice and unforgiveness. And I've had to work on that, not only to sort the situation, but actually for my own health. It was life-threatening. I was told I could have died. Now, the medical world sees that as a medical issue, but I knew I was holding on to something that was unresourceful, unhelpful, and I needed to let it go. And this is the tool I used to do that. And I have to say now, I'm full of joy and happiness and peace. The situation hasn't necessarily fully resolved itself, but I'm back into a beautiful place where I can handle whatever comes up, and that feels great. So let me just read another little paragraph. Most people forgive at only 2 levels. This is the crux. This is the mBraining bit. The level of the head-based logic and the level of the heart. But this is imperfect forgiveness and leads to ongoing issues. In order to truly let go and move on, you have to decide to fully and deeply forgive on 3 levels: intellectually, emotionally, and at the gut level. In order to truly let go and move on, both of those are gut linguistics, we have to move down and use the motility and the identity at gut level. One last little bit to kind of share with you. Just some words that I'm going to read out as they are and leave you to reflect on. All about forgiving. Trust yourself. Support yourself. Forgive yourself. You deserve loving kindness. Some people think forgiveness is a sign of weakness. Those who've studied it can tell you without qualification, beyond any doubt, that forgiveness is a sign of strength. It takes guts, immense courage, and strength of purpose to choose to practice forgiveness and truly let go, especially in the face of anger and bitterness. And in mBraining, we talk about no emotion being positive or negative, right or wrong. I do like to use the words resourceful and unresourceful. And it may well have been that anger and bitterness was resourceful in the first instance. But are they being resourceful for you now? Or are they eating away at your heart like they were at mine? Just a reminder, forgiveness doesn't mean condoning wrongful behavior, excusing thoughtlessness, or forcing reconciliation with the offender. Forgiveness is not the same as condoning. Forgiving is done for yourself, to heal and support yourself. It's a gift of happiness and peace of mind that you give yourself. It's about letting go of anger and resenting. It's about moving out from under the emotional burden, heaviness of bitterness, and liberating yourself from any and all negative feelings of hurting or angering. Why would you want to hold on to hurting and angering when you're the only person suffering from it? And yet we do. We hold on to, sometimes for years. Forgiveness is the giving of the gift of peace to yourself. Are you ready? Are you ready? One last little bit. Another important thing to note is the distinction between the inner experience of forgiving and the public expression of it. They need not both be performed to gain the health and happiness benefits of forgiving. The research actually suggests it can be sufficient to practice silent forgiving, just for you, in the form of a softened and more sympathetic heart. This can be useful when the aggressor does not earn or merit your strength and your forgiveness. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through this process. As I say, it's straight out of this beautiful book. If you haven't got it, do get hold of it. It's an absolute profound life changer. And we're going to use this head, heart, gut, mindful forgivenessing to really take that new way of being in the heart and then spread that round the body. I'm going to invite you that as I talk you through the process, you find a quiet place where you'll be undisturbed, where you can do this at the deepest level that you can do. At times throughout the process, I'm going to invite you to pause the video so that you can do the processing at your time, your pace, and to the depth that you want to do it. It is going to start by you creating and holding feelings of forgiveness and loving in your heart. You might even want to begin to think now, as I set this up, what forgiveness feels like, what deep, unconditional loving feels like. They're going to be the messengers that we use to pass round the body. So are you ready? Are you worth it? Do you want to do this for yourself? To reconnect with joy and happiness, and to let go of any and all anger, bitterness, hurt that is somebody else's stuff. Do it for yourself, because you are worth it, as the L'Oreal ad says. Okay, so first of all, I just want you to get a clear focus of the context within which you wish to work today. Maybe it's somebody, maybe it's something. Either way, it's fine. And just get a picture of that and acknowledge any feelings that arise as you reconnect with that. I want you to know that you are completely and utterly safe, that you're doing this for yourself, and that it's a choice. It's a choice for your health, well-being, and wisdoming. So we're going to start like we start any mBraining process, bringing ourselves into a beautiful, coherent balance. If we're stuck in that sympathetic dominance angering, or we've moved way beyond that into withdrawal and apathy and deep parasympathetic freeze, then we just want to take a moment to come aware of and focus on our breathing. I want you to start first just being aware of your breath. Are you breathing in deeply, or is your breath quite shallow? I'm just going to sit up straight now to show you that by sitting up straighter, you open out your lung fields. You give your breath the opportunity and invite it to go deeper, right down to your diaphragm, so that every time you breathe in, your belly in that relaxed way just pushes out. You might even place your hand on your belly and feel if it's moving. If it's not, pause this video right now and take whatever time it takes to get into a breath that is deep and even, where the in-breath and the out-breath are the same length, where it flows beautifully like warm air over soft velvet. I encourage you to breathe in through your nose. And you can breathe out through your nose or your mouth. This is not about relaxing or withdrawing. This is about becoming calm, alert, putting you in the most beautiful decision-making, learning frame and state to let go of whatever it is you want to let go of. So just now breathe in and out, and in and out. Beautiful. And just feel your body settling. Feel it coming into this place that's just right for it right now. Let it know it's safe. Let it know you're doing this for its higher purposing, its highest caring. And as you do, just recall those old feelings, whatever it is that has been hooking into you and you're holding on to, anger, resentment, hurt, betrayal. Name it. Name it. Be okay to feel it. Feelings pass very quickly, 60 to 90 seconds. and just place the name of that feeling aside. Set it down wherever you are, just sit it beside you, keeping on breathing. Beautiful. Because what that's beginning to do is begin to create space in you, space and movement, freedom to change. And it will create space in your head, your heart, and your gut. And just give yourself permission to move into that space, that not knowing, that emptiness. Give yourself permission to access within that space feelings of forgiveness and love that are universal. Find them as pure states, not related to anyone or any context, just pure forgiveness, pure and unconditional love. If you have a faith structure, and that's useful to bring into this practice, access those feelings through that faith structure. For me, knowing I'm forgiven and loved exactly as I am, warts and all, by my God, is an easy access point into those states, because I don't deserve that, and I get given it as a gift freely. So just take a moment again, feel free to pause the video until you can feel that beautiful forgiveness and love at a heart level. And it's a feeling. If I was sat with you on a one-to-one and I asked you what it felt like, you would be able to describe it to me and all the characteristics of it. Color, texture, sensation, sound, movement, size, all of those things. So I just want you now feeling deep, deep forgiveness and unconditional love. That's great. Feels good, doesn't it? Now I want you to imagine those feelings to begin to move in you. They can move and flow easily and freely. And you might find that even from outside of you, there's an eternal stream you can tap into. So what you're doing is channeling that through you. You don't have to generate it, it just is. And because it just is, and because it's eternal and beyond measure, it will never run out. And I want you to imagine that flowing from your heart up into your head, spreading right round the whole of your skull, inside and out, right down into the brainstem that controls the very basics of your breathing. Allow that to flood and spread smoothly and beautifully, forgiveness and loving. And because it's moving, it's going to flow out of your head again and back down to your heart. And from your heart, I want you to drop it and allow it to flow into your gut, even into your pelvis, deep down, easily and smoothly into every crevice and every cell. There's nowhere that it cannot reach. It's never going to run out. Forgiving and love flooding around your system. As you come back to heart to reconnect with that eternal source of forgiveness and love, allow it to flow right round your body, right out to the fingertips and the tips of your toes, up to the top of your head, the front of your nose, out in front of you, behind you, beside you, beneath you, so that you are completely and utterly bathed in forgiveness and love. Forgivenessing and loving, it's active, it's moving. And as you do, know that this is bringing your brains into beautiful alignment. All of your brains facing the same direction, ready to walk this walk. And you, that deeper you that goes way beyond your physical body, can join in deep and total forgiving. And just press pause if you like to enjoy and savor and embrace, be covered in that feeling, however long you like, it's fine. Allow it to spread right around your whole body. That's beautiful. Keep breathing into that. Use the breath to move that and keep it flowing. Now gently bring to mind who or what you want to forgive. It's a choice. You're ready now. And as you build a picture in your mind, a real picture, but it's static. It's just a picture. Allow that love and forgiveness to flow through every pixel of the picture, coming from your beautiful heart of compassion. Breathe compassion, forgiveness, and loving into your head, into the picture, into any story, into any words. And as you do, just notice how your thoughts, your perceptions, and the story and meaning begin to soften and change. Notice how the picture changes. Smile as you notice and appreciate your openness now to new ways of understanding. As you come from this beautiful place of compassion and connectedness, loving and kindness, an eternal generosity of spirit that's way more than just you. And yet you allow it to flow through you. Good. Enjoy breathing those new understandings and awareness back to your heart now. Feel that difference. Feel the shift. Deeply value the new perceptions and notice how good it feels. You might notice peace or release, lightness. Just take a moment to notice what it is you are noticing and aware of. And know that that is bringing you wellness and health. Just pause to enjoy and savor that. That's right. And be aware of how easily your heart opens and lightens up, beaming that out of your body and beyond. That's fantastic. Now breathe all those enhanced feelings and perceptions deep down into your gut. Right down into the pelvis. Swallow them down and feel your gut receive them. Feel your gut embracing the new learnings, the accepting, the being. Feel your gut relax and let go of any terms or tensions, holdings, defensiveness, protection, aggression, anything that your gut was feeling and holding. Just let it go. Be aware of that warm welcome. Your gut's been waiting for this for a long time. Smile as you feel it responding with ease and peace and security. And as your gut lets go of that old way of being, which no longer serves you and wasn't letting you be fully you, you may sense a desire to move on. Deciding now, knowing it's right to leave behind this old baggage. That's right, just put it down. Notice how much lighter and freer you feel. How this does open up movement and flow. Let your body move in response. And again, feel free to pause this video to fully feel and enjoy the feeling of your gut updating itself, thanking it and letting go of those old responses, confidently letting go of anything that is no longer useful, mobilizing you to a lighter, freer you. And if you do pause the video, feel free to get up and move and dance. Put your hands on your belly, embrace it, hold it, embrace yourself. You're making space for this new identity to emerge. The freer, fuller, deeper you, stepping out and stepping up, ready to be seen, ready to live life fully, to thrive. Feeling good? Fantastic. Bringing back to the breathing. I just want you to say, I forgive. I forgive. That's it. Say it out loud. I forgive. I do forgiving. I do forgiving. I do forgiving. Fantastic. I feel forgiving. I feel forgiving. I feel forgiving. You are beautiful. I am forgiving. And as you say that from the deepest part of your belly. Lower your voice, lower your consciousness to come from deep inside your gut. I am forgiving. Flooded and held by love and forgiveness, compassion, kindness. And lastly, just say aloud, I forgive whoever or whatever you were focusing on completely. I forgive completely. Well done. Release any and all unuseful feelings, stories, and just say aloud, I release any and all unuseful feelings and stories that do not serve me and that do not allow me to express my truest self. I release any and all unuseful feelings and stories that do not serve me and that do not allow me to express my truest self. Breathe into your gut, deep down. Say, I forgive myself completely. I am a worthy and worthwhile person who deserves love, loving kindness, and support. I deserve to be accepted. I deserve to belong. Because you do. And I support myself fully. I support myself fully. Say it out loud, mean it. You are your own best friend, your own cheer squad, your own best supporter. And one last phrase, I let go and am now ready to move on in my life. Leave that baggage behind. You may even notice as you turn to face it, to find it now, it's disappeared, dispersed. You can no longer even find it. Fill that space with other purposing, with other callings. Feel free to pause and say this over and over. Use a warm, loving tone just right for you, what you need to hear. And just take a moment along the way or now to just deeply hold and hug yourself. With that hugging, just move your feelings. Anyone familiar with havening will recognize this movement. You'll get the speed right for you, the pressure right for you. Just embrace yourself. Acknowledge yourself for the beautiful work you have just done. And as you do that, you might imagine from behind the warmest, biggest embrace, or from in front, arms wrapping around you, swaddling you, holding you, telling you you are more than enough, telling you you are worthy, telling you you are loved, telling you you belong, whatever the phrase is that maybe you haven't heard ever or in a long time. Just say it to yourself. Beautiful, beautiful. Feel again that love and forgiveness flowing freely through your body, knowing that you can allow it to flow at any point you choose moving into the future. Coming back to heart, feeling gratitude and appreciation for the process, for the beautiful work of Grant and Marvin and mBraining. Gratitude and appreciation for yourself because you chose to do that. You took that time out. You committed to yourself. And if anyone watching, listening, doing the exercise didn't get the full movement letting go, I urge you, go and find an mBIT coach. Feel free to come to me. But there are more than 2,000, I think we're about 2,300 coaches at this point at the start of 2020. Go and find an mBIT coach who you can sit with, who can lead you through this process so that you can get that full result, because you are worth it. And without it, you are putting your health, your wellness, your happiness, and your success at risk. Now, forgiveness isn't a one-off process. It's something we have to come back and do over and over. It's a choice, it's a decision, it takes commitment. And as the book said, it takes gutsy courage. Come back, rewatch this on a regular basis. Get hold of the book, find that process, and do it for yourself on a regular basis. Whether it's in relation to someone, something, or yourself. Let it go. Let it go. Allow that love, that forgiveness to just shine out of you. So other people say, what has happened? What are you doing? I want some of that. And if you're interested in being able to lead people through processes like this, deep ontological change, working with the multiple intelligences, then get in touch. There's a 4-day coach certificate course that we run, and I run it. Several trainers run it around the world. I can put you in touch with a trainer close to you. So get in touch if you'd like to know more. I just want to acknowledge you. I just want to say you are awesome. And I want to say that I see you. Thank you. Thank you for being you. With much love, Suzanne Henwood, mBraining for Success.